Hey, what's up, everybody? What's up? Anthony Morrison here, and welcome to tonight's Success Connection. Hopefully, all of you are doing well, having a good day, or had a good day so far, and excited about tonight's training. I actually have two special guests with me tonight, two special guests. So, special guest number one is going to pop on because she is a little bit past her bedtime, but she hasn't made an appearance on the Success Connection since she was, how old was she when I first brought her on here? Like, I don't know, maybe a month, right? So she's almost 5 months old. Emerald, say hey to everybody. Say hey, Clip, say hey. She's going to become quite the webinar guru pretty soon. Oh, you showing smiles? She's a good girl. So tonight, Emerald is joining us for a very special reason. So you guys know that typically we have our set schedule here on the Success Connection. Tonight we're going to do something just a little different right off the bat because I have something really unique and exciting to share with you, right? So about, oh gosh, man, 10 or 12, man, almost 12 years ago, I was doing seminars and somebody came to me and they said, Anthony, you need to be doing infomercials. You need to be on television. Okay, like I know how to do that, right? And so look, we know this guy that he's great at selling books. He's awesome on television, and he helps people like you get on TV. And I'm like, yeah, okay. And so I just randomly said yes. I flew out to Arizona, and I met with him. And I said, hey, look, let's film a show. So here comes this guy that I've seen on television almost every night. His name was Dean Graziosi. How many of you have heard of Dean? Just say yes. Sorry, covered you up. And so lots and lots of people saying yes. So here I am. I'm sitting with Dean. I'm like, hey, look, I want to film this show and sell this book. And Dean's heard this story before, right? And he's like, look, we'll do it. You know, we'll give you a shot. We'll give it a try. I'm not so sure that Dean was like, you're gonna crush it, because I mean, many people try and fail at this game, right? And so he was nice enough to let me use the studio and to film a show. We went on to absolutely crush it with that show, as all of you know. We sold a ton of my books, and in the process, I asked Dean, or they wanted me to wear a tie, right? And you guys know that's not me, right? I'm going to show up in my t-shirt no matter what or where I'm at. And so I made a deal with Dean. I said, Dean, listen, if we do $100 million in sales, you have to give me your tie that you wore in your show. And so fast forward about a year, maybe a year and a half, I get a package in the mail, and I wish I was at home. You guys know I'm in Florida right now. I get a package in the mail, and here's Dean's tie in a nice frame. And we hit 100 million, and I got Dean's tie. We've been friends ever since. And I'll tell you the most impactful thing that Dean has really done for me. The most impactful, I guess, the way he's impacted me most. It's not really financially. It hasn't been with making money or even that television show. It's that throughout the years, Dean's a little ahead of me, and he's always said, "You're gonna love having kids. You're gonna love that." I could go through my phone and show you guys, I don't know how many years now he's been telling me, have kids, greatest thing you can do, hurry up and do it. And so finally, Daddy listened, and little Emerald is here. And so one of the reasons why I was mentally capable of having this little thing right here was just through watching Dean succeed at such a high level, still teach people, at such a high level, still give so much of his time and energy to his community and people around the world, right? To help them understand how to be in better positions, how to think differently, how to think like an entrepreneur, but how to also be able to spend their time with their families. Watching him be able to do that, it took a lot of the anxiety away from me, thinking, oh gosh, when I have this little kid and all of a sudden my life's going to change and I'm not going to be able to do my Success Connection, which you guys know I've been doing this for what, 8 years now? And so I watched him, and it gave me the confidence to do this. And now little Emerald is here, and she's here partly because Dean has kind of shown me it's possible to be daddy and to be entrepreneur. And so you can say thank you to Dean. Say thank you. He did fly in and meet you the other day, just for a minute. There you go, little smile. So I wanted everybody to see Emerald because she's only here because her mother and Dean have told me that it was a requirement in life, and show me that it was the greatest thing, and it has been the greatest thing that I've done, and the greatest accomplishment that I have. So tell everybody, hey, tell them all, hey, tell them bye-bye. It's time for you to go sleepy. I made her stay up a little bit late for tonight, so here we go. Off we go. So I tell you that story because, listen, sometimes it's the people that we meet, it's the people that we meet randomly in life that'll have the biggest impact on our lives. And it's not always financial. I know that a lot of you are here on the Success Connection because you want to make more money, you want to be more successful, you want to start an online business, you want all of these things, right? But if we take and strip all of that away, right, we get rid of the money and the cars and the house and the bills and the this and the that, and we look at all the other things we want in life, I bet you if you really stripped them all down and broke them all apart, you would find that there's things in life you actually want more than just money. There's things in life you actually want more than just a successful online business. You just might have a singular focus right now and not realize it, but if you really stop and think about it, you'll find that there's things you can do in life that are so much greater than just making more money, right? And I'll tell you from firsthand knowledge, right? Like if somebody sat down and said to me, what's the greatest accomplishment you've had in your life just because you happened to cross paths with this guy 12 years ago? Hands down, I wouldn't say, oh, because I was this TV, person, or I made all this money. It'd be because I watched him do what I didn't think I could do, right? How many of you can relate to that? Yes? It's being able to see other people do the things that we're scared to do the things that we don't think we're good enough to do the things we don't think we're capable of, right? And sometimes just seeing that allows us to have the confidence to be able to take completely different actions in our life. And so I'm so excited for the very first time ever, by the way, 8 years now that we've been doing this this Success Connection, I've been able to get Dean to hop on here with me because we've got in the next week or so, Dean, Tony Robbins, and a lot of other really awesome people, thought leaders, people that are going to be able to teach you so many things beyond just how to make $1, right, are doing a challenge called Time to Thrive, right? And I wanted Dean to come on here and be able to share, why they're doing this challenge. And I want you to be able to get yourself registered for it. It's free, it doesn't cost you anything. So it's not like I'm on here selling you something. And we're still going to talk about all the Success Connection stuff that we've kind of been doing here in just a little while. But I want to give Dean just a little bit of time to talk to you guys because look, the impact he's made on my life is just beyond what I can really put into words, right? So imagine what kind of impact, having time to what he says, how he thinks, and all of these, and not just him, but Tony Robbins, Matthew McConaughey, all kinds of people. Just imagine what kind of impact it can have on your life. You know that I created the Success Connection because I wanted an opportunity for all of you to be able to come together as a community, as a group. They're all kind of striving for the same thing, right? We all want to have more success, but not just financially, in every area of our life, right? And I think that this is a great opportunity for all of you, and that's why I wanted to take a few minutes tonight to talk about it. So I'll see if Dean can pop on camera. I know he's in his studio. There he goes. There you are. How are you?
Hey, everybody. Hey, first off, Anthony, thank you for those kind words and seeing your beautiful daughter. I'm glad. It's so funny. You texted me this morning and said, hey, we ready to go tonight? And I said, yes. And I looked back at our string and literally for the last 5 years, the only thing we've talked about, I'm like, whatever, Anthony, when are you having a baby? And then it's so true. So, hey, everybody, pleasure to meet you. It's true. Anthony and I have known each other for a long time. And I remember the first time we met, and I remember boxing that tie up, and I was proud of you for the work you put in and how much you cared about your students. And that was always a big priority of yours, is getting results for your students. And it's been a great journey, man. It's been a great journey. And it's I think when we saw each other last time, it's been I don't know, a decade since we saw each other. It's been a long time. One thing I want to share, thanks for sharing. I want to get to, yes, I want to share about the time to thrive, but I want to deliver value to you guys today. There's a million things. You're here every week. If you're this committed to your next level of growth, I want to deliver value and capabilities. I'm not just here to promote to go to Time to Thrive. You should, and you must, and it's going to be amazing, and we'll talk about it. But I'd love to deliver something today that when you get off, you're like, so glad Dean and Anthony, Anthony invited Dean on, because I want to deliver something that helps you. But two things I wanted to share based on what you said, Anthony. I want you to think about this, and I would write this down. Envy versus inspiration. Envy versus inspiration. And I want to say something Anthony shared. He said, I saw Dean with a family life and success, right? We all have a level of each. And he used what he saw with my older kids, and I have a 2-year-old, and I have another one on its way, 3 months away from another baby. He saw that and got to see, knows my relationship with my wife, knows my relationship with my kids, and I'm still hustling and wanting to impact lives and still want to grow my business and hire more people and impact more and sell more books and help change the world, especially in this crazy time. Here's the thing, and I want you to know there's this fine line between envy and inspiration. Some people see that and go, man, if that guy can do it, so can I. How do I get uncomfortable with staying still? How do I get disturbed with inaction? How do I take uncomfortable action? How do I not let this voice that's already cost me too much money to tell me I'm too old, too young, not rich enough, not good with technology, I'm not good on camera? How do I shut that voice up? And how do I model Anthony? Or how do I model Dean? Or how do I model someone in your neighborhood like I did when I was 18 years old? There was a guy in town, Joey Noto. It's the reason I got into real estate. And then I met Tony Robbins at 26 years old through a course. I'm like, how do I model that guy? So I just want you to know that, especially in an Instagram world, in a social media world, you could see somebody doing well and your brain could go down either road by a millimeter difference. Like, wow, really cool to see what he does. I want to do it. And the other side could be, man, that's BS. I could never do that. He got in before me, or he's been in marketing, or he must be good at tech, or he's naturally good at camera, or he's friends with Tony Robbins. Oh my God, he's already got 1 million followers. Of course it's easy for him. Just know that that fine line is a millimeter, and we all have that voice inside that says, he did it, he got lucky, he did it in a different time, he did it because he's got another capability you can't. So I would just say, as Anthony was sharing, that just came to mind. You see everybody on social looks like they're having the most amazing life and everything's perfect. Find somebody you resonate with. You found Anthony, which is amazing. And he's the same guy off camera as he is on. But find somebody who inspires you and use that as your true north rather than letting it deflate you and think they could do it, but I never could.
Love it. And that's the reason why, that is one of the reasons why I always try to I strip everything down on the Success Connection. I try not to have the, look at let's get a bunch of followers and let's do all this. Really and truly, it's all about, and I tell people this all the time, you can't look at what I'm doing and say, oh, you did this because you have X, because you have this advantage and that advantage. Look, there are so many people that come from absolutely nothing and then end up further along, really more successful than even you and I are, right? And I think a lot of times, at least from what I've seen, and certainly with our community, they've been really trained over the last 8 years to focus on being inspired by the success that one another has. Because in our group, obviously, there are a lot of people that are having success right now, and then there's some that are just getting started, some that struggle on a different level. And instead of being like, oh, well, you can do this because of X and all these reasons why this person can do it, but I can't. I think they all look at it as inspiration to say, man, they're doing it, so how can I be like that? What are they doing different than me? And really learning from it. And so I'm glad you kind of caught onto that, because that's the way, look, that's what look, it would have been very easy to be like, man, Dean sells, 1 million books on television, and he's got this, he's got that, and he's already done. I just kind of walked in your studio. I'm like, yeah, look, I think I probably can sell this book. Like, let's give it a shot. Filmed it one time.
I don't want to make this a personal development training, but man, mindset at this age, I'm 53 years old. I realize now, I used to think, give me the strategy, I'm a hustler, I'll do it. Mindset, whatever. At 53, I would say it's 85% mindset, 15% strategy. If this isn't working, nothing works. You got one foot out the door, it doesn't work. If you're not committed to a relationship, it fails. Not committed to an exercise program, it fails. Not committed to your next level financially, it fails. But I want to share two quick things, and then I want to, and even though I think this is some of the most powerful stuff, two things. Remember this, for those of you that aren't hitting the numbers you want, the success you want, feeling a little overwhelmed, what if all of it was designed for you and you had to pay your success tax? Meaning you had to go through the self-doubt, the imposter syndrome, feeling like a failure, the marketing campaign not working. What if all of us unfortunately have different levels? What if you have to fail 7 times, question yourself 7 times, but the 8th time is you? Somebody else down the street might only have to fail twice. Somebody else might have to fail 14 times. But what if it was predetermined by a higher power that you had to pay your success tax and you have to just keep taking uncomfortable action? Because on the other side of one of those failures, on the other side of that uncomfortable action is your 8th time, your 12th time where you go, oh my God, this is working. That's the first thing. So this is Tony Robbins, my partner and dear friend. Something he said to me 12 years ago changed my life. He said, what if life happened for you, not to you? And then all of a sudden you realize, oh my God, all that crap was to make me the man, the woman I am today. That's number one. Second thing I want to say to you is when you're in the middle of doing something new, whether that's starting a new business or scaling, learning, I'm in business, but I want to go to another level. Every time you go for something new, when you're in it, you're like, oh my God, it's been 6 months. I'm not hitting the numbers I want. And a lot of times, what does our brain say? Go back to what's comfortable. Life is good enough. It's good enough. Screw that. It's not good enough. You're meant for more. We're designed to tap into our full potential, or life doesn't feel full. We don't want to be at the end of our lives and see a video of the man or woman we could have been. Just think about that here on a Thursday, right? Think about that. You don't want to see a video of who you could have been. You want to tap into that, right? But here's the thing. When you're in it, 6 months to change your life, to start a new career or scale seems like a long time. A year seems like a long time. And so many people will bail. And I heard Bill Gates say it, Tony said it, a bunch of other people. We all overestimate what we can do in a year and underestimate what we can do in 5. Let's fast forward 10 years from now. You're crushing it in the online business. You're doing amazing. Today, the story is, I can't believe it's been 8 months and I'm still not hitting the numbers. In 10 years, you look back and go, oh my God, it only took me 9 months to shift my whole life. Right? So it's all perspective. And especially the last thing I'll say is we are in a shifting economic world. We know that. We see it. It's coming. So whatever doubts you had, whatever imposter syndrome you had, whatever things that held you back in the past will be magnified. All you need to know is if you prepare and anticipate, you can know it's coming. It's like, the enemy's coming and say, you're not getting me. This is a time to thrive, not a time to sit on my hands and hope things get better. All right. I needed to say that.
And listen, everybody that's listening to me, you have to understand something. It isn't like if you've been in. So some of you, you may have just recently started down this path of, I'm going to create a business. I want to have more success. I want more financially out of my life, right? And so now you're here with us. You're learning. You're listening. You're trying to absorb all these things, and it's information overload. And I try to break that all down and keep you singularly focused on the success connection. But I'll tell you this, for those of us that have been doing this for 20 years, we've already seen the thing that's on its way for us. We've already seen this recession. We've already seen this type of stuff, 08, 09, right? In 08, 09, I think I was on, it's a long time ago, Daniel. I've got gray hair now. Back then I had the curly long hair, so I can't really remember, but at least 9 or 10 magazine covers, unsolicited. They were just emailing me back then for having so much success during the recession. People were asking what is it that works during this terrible time? Everybody's saying the economy is blowing up and you're over here crushing it. In fact, actually, I was on CNN, whether you like CNN, Fox, doesn't really matter. The message was what matters. They brought me on how to build a business during a recession, like what works during a recession, right? And so the fact is that the information business, telling people, taking the skill that you have, the knowledge that you have, and turning around and sharing that with other people, right, is a business that works. And I have personally seen it work during a really bad recession. So yeah. I feel comfortable and confident knowing that whatever the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years has in store for us, being in this business and in this industry
Story.
makes me feel good because I know I have the opportunity to still thrive. And that's what I want to talk to you guys about. So Dean and Tony are doing this Time to Thrive challenge, right? So this is teaching you how to prepare for what is probably in store for us for the next 2 to 3 years, maybe 5. And a lot of it centers around taking the information you have, the knowledge you have, and using that, right, as a catalyst for, being able to start a business, being able to sell your knowledge. And I want, before Dean talks about what all they're going to talk about in this challenge, and obviously the link is on the screen for you to register. It's right here, so you guys know I use my Success Connection links, but you can go to this link to register for the challenge. But here's the thing that's so important. Everyone tells me, at least, when I ask you guys in polling, I say, do you have something that do you have a skill or knowledge that you could sell? And I mean, it's just, no, I could never do that, right?
Yeah, that's what everybody says, yeah.
Here's the most incredible proof that you can. Everyone centers around knowledge being in the knowledge game. What I can sell, my knowledge has to equate to teaching people how to be better off financially. And that's because that's what you're after right now. You bought my knowledge, right, to learn how to be better off financially. But that's not the only knowledge that people are in this world are searching for. Case in point, we had Emerald. I didn't know what to do. And so we're like on the internet looking for like, how do we sleep train? How do we do this? How do we do that? We found a site that legitimately this lady, and I don't know about this, Dean, but we found this. She will sleep train your child on FaceTime. So somehow you FaceTime with her and the baby at night, and you put the phone up, and she somehow sleep trains your child on FaceTime. This is $20,000, 20 grand. There are so many parents that now have so much knowledge that if I could take a mom of 3, that are all 17 years old, and I could say, listen, break down what in the world I need to do in the first 6 months, and in the next 6 months, and in the next 2 years, like that's worth a fortune to me because it's knowledge I don't have, right? And so I learned really fast. I always tell people this, there's knowledge, people are writing all kinds of knowledge. But when you really start looking, every one of you have something that you can contribute. You're further along something than the person that's behind you looking for that help. And you can contribute to the world, you can teach, and you can help people, and you can charge for it. And that's part of what you're gonna, what you guys are really focused on in this Time to Thrive challenge. So I'll let you talk a little bit more about it. And obviously, guys, the link is.
Can we talk about something really important first? Something really important. Would you do me a huge favor? Would you please find a picture of you, because you just reminded me of your curly locks that was a little mullet-esque sometimes. The back was kind of long, Anthony. I'm just saying, if you could do me the best favor is next week, if you could get an Anthony Morrison locks picture with your curls and share it with this audience. I promise you, all of you will thank me. I'm picturing the locks. I think you had your big old M back then around your neck. You probably still do too, which is awesome. But it was, yeah. I just hope you get to share that, because that would be amazing. Yeah, thanks for setting that up with the knowledge industry. Like you call it self-education industry, e-learning. This is the industry Anthony's in. You're a part of it. You're watching right now. And you're 100% right. I got to take a few minutes here and just share something. Is when I first bought Tony Robbins' course, it shifted my life. It was 25 years ago.
I mean,
what's that?
There's the picture. I don't know if you can see it, but it's like somebody had just texted me this the other day, and they're like, "Bro, you gotta get this."
Could you pull the screen up? I want to see this. I gotta see this. There we go. Okay, there we go. Nice. And you know what? I remember much longer. There was a time when it was longer, but that was the style. So, all right.
I don't know if I can go any longer.
Thank you. See, everybody, you can all thank me in the chat right now. So here's what I want to share. When I first bought Tony Robbins' course, and you can bring that back down, Mike, so it's eye level. When when I first bought Tony's course, I bought it because I wanted to be more successful. I came from we all have our background. So I bought Tony's course, and oh my God, he spoke to me. And some of the things I shared with you to this day through a course, I paid for information, and he taught me that my life happened for me, not to me, to focus on solutions, that my past doesn't have to determine my future. I don't have to end up like my parents. I could find a new start. All the stuff that personal development 101, you get it. It's like, I can do this. But secondly, the epiphany I had, and the reason I got the chance to work with Anthony Morrison, we could say, Anthony, we did these amazing things together, but you have to also thank Tony, because when I bought Tony's course, I'm like, the guy sold me stuff he learned from Jim Rohn and other people, and through his own life experience, he changed my life. Sign me up. I want to be in the business of helping people and getting paid to do it. And I immediately went and started producing an infomercial based only on buying his course. This is 25 years ago, 20-something years ago. I studied his infomercial. I created a course on how to make money with cars, because that's what I did back then. I borrowed money because back then, to get on TV, I would say, if you probably remember, I bet you I was $200,000 in when I didn't have it, and used credit cards and borrowed money, and every dollar I saved up, because we didn't have online. There was no internet. There wasn't even MySpace. But long story short, I'm telling you that because in this moment of, wow, I could sell what I've learned, I went all in. But I want to, the point that's most important, and this is really important for you to hear. After I was about $150,000 in, reality hit me, or so-called reality. My sister drove up from Virginia to sit me down like it was a intervention, like I was on drugs. And she said, I'm really proud of you for all you've done. Now you're crazy. You went too far. You're not Tony Robbins. You don't have connections. You're not a teacher. You barely got out of high school. You have dyslexia. I love you, brother, but now you've gone too far, and now you're going to be in debt for the rest of your life. Ever feel that way? I remember like it was yesterday. I'm not exaggerating. I still own a house. I bought my grandmother's house where I grew up. So I go back to this little town in upstate New York where I once lived, and I still drive down this road where I took a walk that day in pure panic. And I took the walk and said, what the hell did I do? I'm not Tony Robbins. Who was listening to me? I'm not an expert. I don't have any followers. I got to do an infomercial. What the hell is that? I got to create product and put it in a warehouse, and I got to get a call center, and then I got to buy media on what? Fox and CNN and Discovery Channel? How the hell do you do all that? I went into complete panic. Have you ever been there? You know you're meant for more. Seriously, in the chat right now, if you know you're meant for more, put I'm meant for more in the chat right now. I knew I was meant for more, but then so-called reality, I'm not Tony, I'm not this, I don't have money, I had to use a credit card to get the damn infomercial done. You're an idiot, you're a fool. But I thank God. You can thank whoever you want. But in that same day, I started thinking, but I'm not Tony. I'm not trying to be Tony. And I'm not trying to be someone who teaches somebody how to make $1 million a month in cars or start a new car dealership. What I was really good at is flipping a car a month and making a few extra bucks. And when I realized I was really good at that, it got me out of poverty and got me in this momentum of making money. I realized with that little tiny niche, I was really good. And thank God I didn't listen to that voice, which we all have, that held me back. And that was 25 years ago. And I'd love to say the rest is history, ups, downs, sideways. But since then, I've had more success than could ever imagine possible. Now I'm partners with Tony, and we're doing the biggest challenge in the history of the world. We're trying to hit 1 million people. So when you register, make sure you copy and paste that link and send it to 3 friends. We're trying to get to 1 million to really serve people. But the whole point is this. We all don't realize that our life experience is insanely valuable to someone else starting off where we once were. And that could be a mess. Listen, Tony and I have been helping people for over 4 years. We've seen 4,500 different niches, from people helping through divorce, or to go plant-based, or to do yoga, or how to sell better, how to run a business better. Women that are moms and have a business and trying to be a great spouse lost themselves. We have women helping women find their true essence again, find the badass woman that used to be, and ignite that again, or how to play piano. There's people who do one thing for a living, but they have a side business of teaching people their life experience. And if you don't think this is a thriving business, we might be going in an economic winter. And I know I'm sharing a lot here, but I really want you to hear this. When Tony and I started sharing this, all the reports said it was about a $100 million a day industry. Right now, if you Google it, the e-learning, self-education industry is about $345 billion, which is almost $1 billion a day. And if you Google where it's going, they're projecting it by 2028 to be $1 trillion a year. So that doesn't mean Anthony Morrison and Tony Robbins and Russell Brunson and Dean Graziosi are going from X to 10 times. No, it's regular people like you saying, oh my God, I have an asset. I have a life experience. Let me package it in a course or a coaching program or a workshop or a mastermind. And let's do this. And what Tony and I know is most people don't know where to start, how to identify what to sell, who to sell it to, how to elegantly sell it, how to build a following. And that's what we're doing over 5 days. Over 5 days, you will be done at the end of 5 days, and you will understand this industry. You have real capabilities. You'll learn from me and Russell Brunson and Brendan Burchard and Jenna Kutcher and Lisa Nichols and other Alex Hormozi, people that have started where Anthony and I once were, scared this will never work, to actually doing well. And they're hell-bent on showing you how to do this because, as Warren Buffett said, in a shifting economy, 2 things. Invest in yourself, get better at what you do. Number 2, you already do that. You're here with Anthony. Number 2, be a part of a business that has higher margins. What could be better than selling your information? You could sell it over and over. You don't have to warehouse it, don't have to ship it, don't have supply chain issues. And it's probably one of the most valuable assets you have. You just need to know how to do it. And that's what we're doing at Time to Thrive.
And Dean, so one of the things I want all of you to really focus on, first of all, it's amazing. And you guys know I teach this stuff too. So obviously I teach a lot of you guys have learned from me a lot of the things that you will no doubt learn from this challenge, right? The difference is you're learning from one brain, not 7 or 8 brains, right? Like there's many different ways, many different thoughts on how you can do all of the stuff that we do, but also they might even be able to help you tap into another level of yourself, a different level, a deeper level. You know, I don't focus as much on self-development. I really get on here and we really focus on X's and O's and what to click and all these things, right? I try to keep it very practical for you because I know that that's what you're here for. But that's not always the best case, right? Like you guys know, sometimes I went into this moment where for like 6 months I was doing 15 minutes of personal development at the beginning and people were getting mad and pissed and they're like, I don't want to sit here and listen to this woo-woo stuff. But the reality is it does really matter because your mind and the decisions you make in the toughest moments in your life are really and truly the most important decisions you can ever make. And I'll give you an example where Dean said that kind of reality hit and people were telling him he was crazy. So here's my version of that. I don't even know if I've even told you this. I was in New York City right when we launched our TV show, and I was, God, what was I, 24, 25? I was a kid, you know. I was in New York City, and you know, I've come from small town in Mississippi. All of a sudden, I'm all over the country. I'm on television. People notice me everywhere I go. I get in the cab, and there's, you know, they know exactly who I am. I can't tell you how many cabs I got in. My book was in the cab. They were literally reading my book while waiting for people. So, you know, obviously 24 years old, my head's a little big, right? I'm like thinking, you know, like I'm actually somebody now, you know? Here's the thing. There was a moment where we were close to $250,000 into this show. And I'm like thinking, man, you know, I'm somebody. But in the back of my mind, I'm panicking because we haven't made any money. We've just spent money. This is how some businesses work. You have to, like I said, you have to go through that pain to get to the other side of it, right? So I'm kind of freaking out and texting some people, and Dean calls, and I was in a cab on the way to the airport in New York City, and he's like, listen, you are on the cusp, like right here at the moment where things are going to flip and you're going to have more success than you ever even could have imagined having. You just have to calm down and stay focused. You can't be worried, you have to calm down and trust me, right? Now, if I didn't have Dean's experience, if I had not seen Dean do this same thing, right, multiple times on television, I can't tell you for certain at 24 years old in that moment that I wouldn't have pulled the plug, stopped, and quit because I was $250,000 in the red. My dad was climbing me because he's like, son, you, what are you doing? Like, you're taking all the money you've made and you're just dumping it into this thing, and that's great. You're on television, but that doesn't matter because you're losing money. And so I had my dad tell me I needed to stop, that this was crazy. I was insane. Kids from Mississippi don't end up on television. You don't sell books when you're from Mississippi. You just sit down and you do the things that you do, and you hope that you're good enough at it to make a little bit of money. It's like, go be a doctor, you know, don't be a TV star. And then I get on the phone with Dean. But here's the thing, Dean's experience, his having already been there in the exact moment where reality hit me, and that was, hey, yeah, you're on TV, but you're losing a ton of money, right? Like in that moment, I had somebody with experience to tell me it's going to be okay. You're going to be okay. I've been there. I've already seen this. I've already gone down this path. Just stay the course. I stayed the course. We did over $100 million. That's the reason why I have your tie at my house. We'll put it right behind my webinar screen.
We got to figure something else so I can get that back. I got to set a new goal.
It's going to be right there in the studio. Why do you have these? I have to always tell the story at a Simeon's thing. But I would have never gotten there if I didn't have somebody with experience to kind of tell me it's going to be okay. You're on the right path. And that's why it's so important to have not just a mentor, but a community of people to lift you up in the toughest moments. Because that decision, if I had decided to pull out, I wouldn't be here with you. I probably wouldn't have continued to do what I do. We wouldn't have had 8 years of training on the Success Connection every single night. The commitment that I make being here, you know, I was here 2 days after my dad died. The day before I buried my dad on a Friday morning. I was here on a Thursday night. Like, I never miss, because I know that each and every week when we're here, I have the ability to help you through one of those really tough moments. Maybe you're in that tough moment this Thursday. And if I don't show up for you, maybe you make a different decision, right? And what I'm telling you is that I can't tell you that I've had, honestly, anybody that I've really learned from. I really don't know that I can, other than Dean. I mean, really and truly, that was when I first got started. Dean was like the always 2-3 steps ahead of me. So it's like, look, I've already been on that step. I know what's happening here. And that's what you need, is you need somebody that's been there, done that can truly help you. The only person that I can really sit here and tell you guys has taught me and helped me through those types of moments in my life is Dean. And so that's the reason why I feel like it's so important that you register for this challenge, because not only do you get Dean, you also have Tony's experience. And now I know, Dean, you right before you came to visit me, you were with Matthew McConaughey, and he's going to be, you know, talking about why he entered this space with his, you know, with his book. And so you get to learn from so many people. It's not just gurus and all that kind of stuff. It's people from all different parts of the world, and that have different, I guess, different reasons for entering this self-education, you know, and knowledge space. And I mean, you just can't get a better opportunity. So the link is right here on the screen. It's go.bsc.com/Dean. Register for this challenge. And then, like Dean said, share it with other people. It's free. They're trying to get 1 million people. So let's help them, right? I mean, there's 1,000 of you on here, right? So share it with your Facebook friends and put it, you know, send it in an email to the people you work with. Like, the way that you help the economy get going again, which we're going to need to do, is you share this type of information with the people that need it most. And that's going to be the people around you and you yourself. So Dean, real quick, I know I've had you on here a good bit of time. I know I promised you 30 minutes, but I'm long-winded, and so are you, so don't blame me. Talk about just the 5 days. It's a 5-day challenge. It's a free challenge. 3 or 4 bullet points. People are going to learn X, Y, and Z.
Yeah. First off, I love that story about New York City. I never heard that. I remember us having a lot of those conversations, and of course you were scared, but you're right. I was just a chapter ahead of you, and that's the part you got to realize. You are a chapter ahead in multiple areas of your life, and if you share that, you allow people to go faster. You become a bridge builder. That's what this industry is about. So real quick, over 5 days, you cannot miss Tony Robbins on day 1. He is on fire. He shares something there live. You know, and I'm not saying this but Tony's got a list of people who want to pay him $1 million a year to be his coach, and he can't take on any more of those clients. You get Tony live for free. It's unbelievable. So day 1 is about why this and why right now and why you should be going all in. Day 2 is about identifying your niche in a new way, and then reverse engineering to see who should be buying what it is you're selling. Day 3, you should do this just for day 3 because I teach marketing and sales on day 3. And if I kind of know what I'm doing in that space. So I think day 3 alone will be insanely valuable to you guys. And plus that day on day 2, we have Alex Hermosi and Glow Atonmo. If you never met Glow, you should. On day 3, we have Russell Brunson and Brendan Richard also sharing what they believe about marketing and how they look through the lens of service and how they've scaled. Day 4, we got Matthew McConaughey. But before Matthew comes on, we'll be teaching how to increase and build your following to another level through social. And day 5, we tie it all together. Tony comes back on day 5 and absolutely crushes it. So at the end, each day is building upon itself. It's probably going to be about 2 hours a day. And what I'd suggest is literally, Anthony gave you the link, go register. You don't want to miss this. I think this is the last year we're ever going to do it because it's a lot of work to put 1 million people together and to align all these speakers. So take the URL, go register, and then send it to people you love because it's that important. And the last thing I'll do is is schedule it. Schedule it in your phone because, here's the thing. Let's just be honest, Anthony. Zig Ziglar said it and everybody repeats it, but if people who don't pay sometimes don't pay attention, right? So it's free. You're like, they're doing that free thing. Maybe I'll show up. Convince yourself you paid 10 grand, 5 grand, whatever, and show up with pen in hand, your journal, and realize that there is value. Whether you're a badass on here crushing it, there'll be something that will shift your life. And if you're in a medium spot doing okay, there'll be something to shift your life. And if your back's against the wall and you need to do something, there'll be something to shift your life. So show up, play full out, get an accountability partner, and we're gonna have a blast.
It'll be fun to watch. I actually will be joining this challenge. I actually already have, and I'll be watching it. And the reason is because it doesn't matter at what level you're at. There's always people that are a chapter ahead, and so there are people that are going to be on there that know things that I don't know. So just because I've had all this success doesn't mean I don't want to learn. So if it's good for me, it's definitely good for you. And there's 2 things that I'll share with you, and then I'll let Dean go because he's really busy. They're preparing for this. It's crazy to try to have 1 million people in one place watching something, right? So it's insane. So I know they're super busy. But 2 things. One is I just did an Instagram. I don't do many Instagram posts, but I just did an Instagram post on this last week, and that was just the power of 1 hour a day and how it can change your life. In this case, maybe it's 2. For me, you guys know, you've watched me, I literally was as big around as this pencil and as healthy as probably the most unhealthy person that you know. And I made a decision that I was going to take 1 hour a day and I'm shutting it all off, my telephone, my computer, my internet, all that stuff. I'm going to focus on my health. I'm going to focus on fitness. I'm going to focus on being a better version of myself. And that 1 hour of focus, just 1 hour a day, right, has completely changed my life. I went from 128 pounds to 173. My body fat is almost nothing. And I never get sick. I never feel bad. I don't even worry about getting sick because I know I'm so healthy that my body can fight off almost anything, right? I'm literally I'm in the best shape at health and fitness wise that I've ever been in my entire life, and it took 1 hour a day, 1 single hour, right? So, and I've committed to that for almost 365 days a year, right? I take Sundays off, but it's Monday through Saturday, right? But I schedule it. It's every morning. It doesn't matter what's going on in life, that's happening. Everything else has to happen later, has to be dealt with later. When you schedule this, just imagine what just 2 hours, only 5 days, right? We're not talking about the whole year. 5 days, 2 hours for 5 days of intense focus, right? Not 2 hours of having it running while you're doing something else. Not 2 hours of being logged in while you're watching television. Not 2 hours of you driving down the road while you're listening to it on your phone. No, 2 hours of you sitting at your computer, paying attention with your cell phone off and everybody out of the room, where you have intense focus. Focus on the reason you're there and what you really want to get out of it. I cannot tell you how important that is. When I have taken a couple of turns at the gym when I got overwhelmed with work, where I sit on my phone while I'm in the gym, right? And I instantly realized how I just wasn't doing what I needed to. I leave the gym and feel like I haven't worked out. I didn't get enough done. I wasn't really doing, I was just going through the motions. right? No focus. And I could feel the difference. And I immediately nixed that. Focus is important. Showing up is great, but it is not the only thing required to have success from this. Focus is going to be required. So make sure you're focused. And number two is that the link that you see on the screen, I want you to put it inside of our Success Connection Facebook group. There's 29,000 people in it, right? I want you to put it inside of the Facebook group. What we're going to do is I'm going to have Nick go through tonight, and we'll give away about $1,500. So we'll give 15 of you $100 if you post this in our group. So just go post it. We'll randomly pick 15 people. We'll tag you tonight. We'll give away $1,500. This is only, all you're doing is helping other people, right? So just say, I registered for the Time to Thrive Challenge, and you should too. And then put, here's why, right? Here's why you should register. Tell them why you registered, why they should register. Put the link. And when you do that, we'll pick 15 of you, and we'll give away $100 to each of you just for helping other people, for reaching out to other people, for helping get more people motivated to be in a place to take an action that's really going to help change their lives and the people around them as well. So make sure that you do that. And of course, Dean, if you want to have any last words, I know I kept you for more than 30 minutes. I'm sorry.
No, all good. And I like how you said we're both long-winded, but listen, we're both here to serve. So if you're on a group, listen, I hope today you got something. Here's something I love. Take what serves you from me being here for 37 minutes today and throw the rest away, right? That's what learning from others is all about. If there's one thing that sparked you, what I'd say is write it down and take action on it. And Anthony, thank you so much for the support. I appreciate the beautiful stories. You touched my heart today, more than you realize. You touched my heart, because sometimes you forget the journey and you forget the relationships and you forget the little things that you've done, and it means a lot. So thank you for those kind words. It's going to be a special event. It's not about what we're doing. Remember this, and remember this in your sales presentation someday. It's not about what we're doing. It's not about what we're doing on day one. It's not about what we're doing on day two. It's about your outcome at the end of each day. And it is stacked to build. Tony's been doing this 45 years. I've been doing it for 25 in this industry, almost 70 years between us. And we know how to get you the outcome. So you take the uncomfortable action. Stop thinking about it. Tactics alone are nothing. Knowledge alone, information alone is nothing. You know that. We know how to give the information plus get you to take that uncomfortable action to get the results you want. And I think it's going to be absolutely amazing. We can't wait to have you. And thank you for the push. Thank you for sharing the link, and it's going to be something amazing. August 2nd, we'll see you there.
Awesome, man. I appreciate it so much. Thanks for your time today. I'm going to let you go. We're going to continue on.
Thanks, Anthony. Thanks, everybody. See you soon.
I see lots of people already saying it. Awesome, awesome. So listen, guys, very rare that I get the opportunity to have Dean on. Dean and I are friends, but Dean's busy, right? And so are most people in our industry, right? So it's very hard to get their time, right? But I really and truly feel like this was worth it. I rarely take the time away from our Success Connection training to teach anybody, to go follow somebody else or to go join something else or any of that stuff, right? But there's also this, there's also like, I think the key to being a good teacher is also being humble. It's realizing that you don't know it all, right? And that you should, if you have access and know of something that could help people, not being selfish, saying, well, I want them to always just learn from me. I want you to always only see what I teach you because I'm the best. Not really, right? I'm good, right? Not the best. I mean, you know what I mean? I mean, there's plenty that are better. And I think that's what's great about this is being able to, to share people with you and experiences with you that may impact your lives even more than I have or more than I'm capable of. You see a lot of these events and they have speakers that are, they just, it's a big sales event. With this, I mean, look, these are phenomenal people. I mean, you all know I've had Russell on here a few times. Russell's built an amazing company, done an awesome job with it, done it in an extremely ethical way. And I consider him one of the smartest people I know. Dean the same way. I mean, he's built Mastermind. Russell's built ClickFunnels. And really, I watch what both of them have done with these platforms, and that's kind of the path that we're taking with Webinar Fuel. So, I mean, these are people that inspire me, right? And I think that if they can inspire me at the level I'm at, they absolutely can inspire you. So I want you to make sure that you register for this. The link is right here on the screen. You guys know it's right here. So make sure that you go to this link and don't waste time. Don't forget about it. Don't do it later. Go to it right now. Leave it open on your screen. I know that you might want to read all the details and stuff, and they've got a few extra like passes, the gold pass and the black card and all these things. And these are amazing things. These are things you should pay attention to, right? You all know what a sales funnel is. The challenge is free. You can have a better experience if you spend a few dollars. Why you wouldn't spend a few dollars would blow my mind, right? So spend a few bucks, enhance your experience, get a little more access. And because access is the name of the game, right? The more access you have to these extremely smart people, these people that are willing to share and willing to give and willing to spend the time, the better off you're going to be, right? It's funny because I live in a small town, and you all know this. And the people that I surround myself in Mississippi with, right, has dwindled to, I mean, I would say maybe zero. There may be one, right? And the reason is because those people don't offer anything to lift me up. They don't inspire me to do more, right? In fact, most of the time, and you can probably relate to this, try to pull me apart and drag me down. Haven't you done enough? Aren't you finished yet? Like, shouldn't you just retire? Shouldn't you just focus on living life? Well, what if living life for me is actually exciting and fun doing what I do, right? Think about that. You always are going to have people that are pulling you down. You have to surround yourself with the people that lift you up. And I think that obviously in our Success Connection community, we have a lot of those types of people. And in Dean's community, right, the mastermind community, you're going to find a whole nother level. You're going to have so many people that are going to be there that are going to be lifting you up. It's even a bigger community. They have bigger reach. It's Tony Robbins, it's Dean Graziosi, it's Russell Brunson, it's all these people, right? 29,000 people, they'll have 1 million. So imagine being able to see yourself in that group, but see yourself 3 chapters ahead, right? You find the person that's good at the thing you're good at, but they're 3 chapters ahead of you, and you see them and you connect with them because you're in the same group and you're in the same trainings and you're in the same Facebook group, and now you've got this inspiration, right? Not just this inspiration, but this confidence because you've seen yourself 3 chapters ahead, right? And you're in whatever niche, whatever industry, whatever knowledge you have to share. I'm telling you, that's possible when you get inside of these really big, like a really big quality group, right? And that's what they offer. So it would be beside me if you don't register for this challenge, knowing that it's free, and also knowing that at the end of this challenge, certainly they have something that they'll sell you. And here's the thing, if you don't buy it, you're insane, you're crazy, because you know that I don't promote things on you. I don't tell people to buy stuff from other people because most of the time, just being totally honest with you, it's garbage, right? You know this, I tell you this all the time. Quit buying stuff and start using the stuff you've bought, right? Because you can't buy your way to success in this industry. You actually have to put in work. You actually have to do something to succeed. You can spend millions of dollars and make nothing, or you can spend $1,000 and make millions of dollars, right? It's all about what you do after you make that purchase. And what I think is great about Dean and Tony is, listen, just be honest. These guys have made their money. They've made a ton of money in their lives. Look at Tony. You guys Google how much money is Tony worth, right? They've made their money. So have I. I do this every Thursday night because I enjoy it, because I thrive on it. It's what makes me feel good, right? I told you all, most of the time I get more out of a Thursday night training with you than you get out of it. I see the feedback, I listen, I learn, I see the impact that we make, and it makes me want to continue to do what I do even at a higher level, right? That's the reason why they're doing this. There's tons of, like he said, it's extremely difficult to put together a challenge for 1 million people, right? I mean, how hard do you think it was to get Matthew McConaughey to come on and teach? These are not things that are easy to do. They're doing it because they love it. They love to do it, and they love to see the impact that it makes on other people. And that's the reason why I feel like whatever it is, you should buy it, right? Also, I'm going to give you guys, all of you, a copy of both of Dean's books, right? The I always try to find something, you know this, for my Success Connection community. And so I'm going to give you a copy of both of his books. Those will all be provided to you next Thursday, okay? They're downloadable copies. You can watch them or you can read them online. Great books, and books that I think that you should all read. I told you I have read 3 books. 3 books. I know that's not something to be very proud of, but I've just never been somebody that reads a lot. And so I've read 3 books in all of my years, and one of those books was Dean's book, and Millionaire Success Habits. And it's a great book, and so I think all of you should read this book, and I'll give it to you for free. The second thing is that when you join this challenge and you register for this challenge, I'm going to be giving you guys $1,000 bonus, right? We're putting together a package of the things that we offer, right? Worth $1,000, and all of you that register and attend the challenge, and trust me, they track these things. You register and you attend the challenge, we're going to hook you up with this $1,000 bonus completely free, right? Completely free. And so I think this is an amazing opportunity for you. It's an amazing opportunity for you to take right now and prepare yourself mentally and get in a position, be in a position where you're on the path to creating the thing that you need to have in order to have massive success, regardless of what happens in the economy, regardless of what the interest rates are, regardless of what everybody on television says. Do you know about how much I care about that? 0. Why? Because my business isn't affected by it. My life isn't affected, my business isn't. I don't care, right? The only thing I know to do is to be prepared to have money to invest in the things that are no doubt going to be on sale. That's all I worry about. And that's because I'm in a business that has proven itself to still thrive during recessions. And so you have an opportunity right now to put yourself in position to start that type of business for yourself, for your family, before we even enter that recession. And it won't be the last one that we have. Cycles, right? So why not start now to prepare yourself? The greatest gift that I have been given in my entire life is the ability to take care of so many people, right? I've been able to take care of, you guys know, my mom and dad since I was 22 years old. I was able to take care of my dad through his entire fight with cancer. I've been able to take care of Alexa, her family to some degree. I've been able to take care of so many people, and I'm able to do that all because I entered this space, because my business has been recession-proof, if you will. It has been thriving for 20 years, and that's given me the opportunity to be able to impact so many other people's lives and help them in so many different ways. And so it's not all about how much money I have and the things I can buy and things like that. What really drives me is what I'm able to do with that success and with that money, and it's helping so many people around me. So if you have, family members, if you have friends, if you have coworkers, if you have people around you that need help, right? Maybe they're struggling, maybe they're just in this downward spiral. There's 2 things you can do for them. One, you can kind of reach over and put their oxygen mask on them, just like they tell you to do in the airplane. Send them this link, right? Give them a breath of fresh air. Give them an opportunity. Give them something to look forward to. Give them something to be a part of, right? And then you can turn around and you can put yours on, right? And you can educate yourself. And you can be at the highest level that you possibly can be at, so that maybe you have massive success, or maybe your success is, maybe it's just a few $1,000s, whatever it is, right? You can have success, and then you can turn around and share that with them. Not just share the money, but also share the opportunity, the experience and the knowledge that you have, so you can help lift somebody up. This is such an important thing that you can do. My friend Mark Victor Hansen, he was the very first person I filmed a television show with. It was in Dean's studio, but Mark was interviewing me, and he said, and it's a clip that just runs over and over. He said, in order to get our economy going, you have to get your own personal economy going, right? And that is very true. If each person focuses on getting themselves in a position to be better off, right? be a little more financially stable, right? And if we can share that opportunity with 1 million people, imagine what we do for the economy as a whole, right? We're now in a much better position. So you've got to focus on you and focus on making the right decisions today that are going to impact you not just today, but for the rest of your life, right? So please do this. Register for this challenge. You can see it right here. It's go.bsc.com/Dean. Get yourself registered. Don't miss out on it. Upgrade. Get the upgrades, because the upgrades are worth it, right? Read them. You'll see they're worth every single penny. They're not even expensive. You guys will think it's Christmas. It's so cheap, but it's a great opportunity for you, right? To connect on a higher level and at a closer level with Dean, with Tony, with all of these amazing speakers. With that said, I know we're a little over our normal hour. I know that we have the affiliate program that we've been talking about. I have finished the funnel for you, okay? So just so you guys know, I have finished, let me show you. I have finished this funnel for you, okay? So this VSL link has the VSL in it. So if you are brand new and you're like, what in the world is this? And what is all this stuff? And how do I do this? Well, you can still do it. Obviously, you know that we have our Success Connection Student Center here, which I'll give you the password to in just a second. This has a link to join our Facebook groups. You want to make sure you join our Facebook group and you post why you're joining and attending Dean's Challenge. That way you could possibly win, you know, one of those cash prizes tonight. And then there's the affiliate program links, right? So you can join this affiliate program here, and then you can download the funnel. So the funnel is listed right here, okay? So if you download this funnel, it now has your VSL in it, so that's going to be able to truly help you. And then we also have a Telegram group that is set up, so you can go here, click this button, and you can go access the Telegram group. Okay, this is a great affiliate. Look, I'm always looking for things that are going to help you, right, and things that can help you thrive without you having to learn so much about the marketing side of things, right? Because that's typically where most people fall through. And so the CRC program, I mean, it actually works. There's people that have had deals go through. I think we have 6,800 employees that have been referred to. I mean, this is an epic. I mean, this is great for people who are just getting started. So it's something that you absolutely need to do. If you haven't joined this affiliate program, there's a link right here to join the affiliate program. And if you need the funnel, which all of you should download this funnel tonight because I've updated it with the VSL, then obviously you click right here. We have a special Facebook group for this particular affiliate program, so you can go here to get access to it. And then we also have a Telegram group that we started, and it's here. So all of your links for this are right here inside of the Success Connection Student Resource Center. So I'll give you access to all of this tonight once you click on and join or access this page, right? So I'm going to put the obviously the link to that page is here. It's go.bsc.com/funnel, and the password is journey, right? So the password is journey. And why is the password journey? Because we're all on a journey, right? We might be at different levels, you know, like Dean said, maybe different chapters, right? But it's a journey nonetheless, right? Where we start is not where we should finish, right? So no matter where you're at today, the goal is to make your journey, like continue your journey, right? To the success that you want to have, to the point where you feel fulfilled, to the point where you feel like you've accomplished, you're thriving, and you're in a great spot. That's the goal, right? And anything that I share with you on here is always in an attempt to help you on your journey, right? To being more successful, to being more confident, and truly to being more committed to having the success that you know you deserve, and that I truly believe we were all put here to be able to have anything we want, right? We just have to choose to do the work to make it happen. And a lot of times people don't, people are lazy. But my goal is to spend as much time with you as I can, motivating you and teaching you and inspiring you with whether any kind of stories, right? Any of my life experiences, so that you can thrive, you can get past that little roadblock, that laziness, that fear, that all that stuff that holds us back, and truly continue down this journey each and every day, taking another step, right? Another step closer to your goals, another step closer to the success that you want to have. You can have it, you just have to make it happen. So go to this link, okay? It's go.vsc.com/funnel. Type in the password journey and make sure you join this affiliate program so we can, and this is what we will continue to do, okay? Here on the Success Connection. And then make sure you have signed up for the Time to Thrive Challenge. You can see it right there. It's go.vsc.com/theme. Make sure that you have joined. Remember, 2 hours of focused time and attention. Imagine what that can do for your life. If you haven't ever done that before, I challenge you to do it. 2 hours of no cell phone, no people, no interruptions, just intense focus. Focus on listening and then taking the action that they tell you to take. And I'm telling you, it can change your life. You can see it's changed mine, both physically, mentally, definitely emotionally, and certainly financially. Every single time I've done this, and it can happen for you too. You just have to choose to make it happen. So go to the link. It's go.vsc.com/Dean. Get yourself registered. And of course, as I always say, I hope you all have a safe weekend, a great weekend. Do a little something this weekend that other people are not doing. Remember, success is always about having a slight edge, right? So if you're working while other people are playing, you're going to have that edge, right? So make sure that you're doing a little something this weekend on your business, getting yourself prepared, especially as this 5-day challenge comes up, and as we continue to push through on this affiliate program that's tons of people are having success with right now. So it's amazing. So make sure you're working on your business, and I look forward to seeing you all here next week, same place, same time on the Success Connection. Take care, everybody. Good night.